You are now listening to the Happily Ever Banter podcast. Let's go!
You sure?
Yep. What's up, everybody? We're here for episode 17 with some friends.
That's right.
Miss Stacy Snyder and Ryan Ignasiak.
Nailed it.
I got it.
One and done.
Dude.
He's like, I've got to learn it and say it within 5 seconds.
I know.
Just butcher it.
No, I had to think about it. I was like, okay, I had to think about how he spells it.
Perfect.
But actually, I typed in my phone earlier, putting your name in, and it autocorrected to that.
That's
Wow.
very interesting. Like it knew.
Dude, yeah. So, yeah, man, thank y'all for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Food was great.
No, the food was definitely a big
Yeah, they
factor.
brought wine. We supplied the food, so it's good.
Match made in heaven.
Stacy's been, this is our second time podcast for myself.
I know.
with
Different
me and-
location.
Different location, different podcast.
I know.
Different vibes.
I'm excited.
This is more of a couples thing that we've been doing with me and Crystal, so it's been fun. You're about to lose your...
And I had asked you some things about relationships, marriage, and all that the last podcast. And
Yeah.
I got some pretty good stories. More to Vaughn than you, but you had some info.
Yeah, Vaughn will he'll tell you all kind of things, so...
Yeah.
I'm just
He
happy I
told
got to
me
be.
all kinds of things, and then he kept going.
I'm happy I got to be more than the chauffeur this time.
Dude, I know.
In the
I don't even know how that happened.
No, that time you just got dropped off. I was like, man, you got a freaking BMW Uber driver?
Do you know? I went to some random bar. You might know what it is. It was the closest bar to Vaughn's house. But
Was it
Was it
preamble?
Molly's?
It was Molly's.
Oh, it's
Yeah, that's
Molly's.
right.
Oh, that's right down the road.
There were like 4 people in there. It was great.
Yeah, so you didn't say anything, and then when you're like, yeah, Ryan's gonna pick me up, I'm like, and then you pulled back up, so I was like, I gotta go meet the guy because like I kind of knew who you were because
Yeah.
of the connection we have with Beth,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it was funny.
I think that happened last minute too, where I was like, take me, just come with me. I've never been to Lake City, so I didn't know where I was going, and I knew I'd be drinking, so.
Yeah,
Ryan!
I know my place.
yeah. Ryan he was a nice chauffeur that day.
He's a very nice man.
Your chauffeur went and got drunk at the bar and picked you back up. So.
We don't know that if that was what was happening, but
I was there for a while.
Yeah,
he probably had like an Arnold Palmer. I don't know.
I mean, Stacey could talk. I mean, you know that.
Yeah. No, it's like I was in for the long haul then.
Hey, when you're one of 3 girls, you have to. You have to.
I hear you.
Mainly just you and Chelsea.
Well, all of us talk. My dad is like this all the time.
I bet 3 girls.
I know. Poor guy. He loves us sometimes.
He's got a great name
But
too.
you're one of 3, right? One of 3 girls.
Yep. Are y'all close?
We're all very close.
Like, what's the ages?
I'm 35. So 36, 35, and 33.
Okay, yeah. So
Real close.
it's my twin and Danielle. We're 13 months apart. So yeah, we've always been close. Like we've always had a close relationship. We never got in fights or arguments where we never talked to each other.
No, they all fought.
Yeah.
When we lived together,
I mean, not big type of falling outs. Like we'll
Crystal
laugh
would
about
lock
it.
her clothes up.
Oh,
she
well,
had a
yeah.
padlock on her closet.
That's fair, though.
Because Danielle would,
They steal clothes.
and then
then they go missing.
then she wore one of Danielle's sweaters.
I did.
And then washed it, and it like snagged,
Oh, snagged.
and so she had to go like buy another one from American Eagle.
It's nice that you
how
bought
long it
another
was.
one. 'cause a
Well,
lot
I
of
mean,
people are just
they were out of town, so I was like, oh my god, what I'm gonna do? And so I went there, I bought it, and like I didn't tell her later until what happened. I was like, yeah, I wore that sweater that you got as a Christmas gift, and I washed it and snagged. Oh my god! But thank goodness I was able to find the same one.
Yeah.
But no, I couldn't. Like we were so bad. Us 3 sisters are like buying something new, and you don't wear it before I wear it.
Oh, yeah.
So it got to a point where I was getting pissed, and so I put a padlock on
Oh,
it.
I do the same thing. I would do the same thing, but me and my sisters were never the same size.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
know how that happened. I was always so short. Chelsea's tall. My youngest sister, she's 6 foot tall. So she was.
wow.
6 foot.
Yeah, so she
Jesus.
was wearing Chelsea's clothes
Chelsea's
before
like
me. I got the
5'10".
hand-me-downs.
Golly.
All my family's very tall.
You're the runt.
Her mom's tall. Her dad's.
I know. I blame Jim. and gymnastics for
Your
a
mom's
while.
taller than your dad, right?
They're about the same height.
Really?
Yeah, just shy of like 6 foot.
That's good. You have any nieces and nephews?
I have 2 nieces. They're the cutest things ever. I'm obsessed. They're in Dallas.
Okay.
So my older sister and her husband are in Dallas. The girls are 4 and 2.
Okay.
One's going through potty training and it's not going well. And I had no idea. My mom lives in Florida and I find out everything through Instagram. So I see my sister's Instagram and it's the youngest on like the fake potties, whatever you call them, where like, they can move around where they're potty training. And she's just like this. They're just like sitting on it. Doesn't give a shit. And I hear my mom's voice in the background. I'm like, is mom there? Like in Dallas? She's like, yeah, I can't get Sydney potty trained, so I flew her out. So my mom is there to help. That's how bad it is. I'm like, oh, Lord. Yeah.
Both of those kids are going to be problems, but for completely different reasons.
I know. That's true. They're adorable. They're sweet, but yeah.
One's already like, is being kind of not trained by the dad, but she's very, very aware of what she's doing on like the little social media stuff that she does.
Oh, okay.
But then one is just kind of mean.
It's like the string bean and the meatball. One's like just like there and sweet, and the other one's like, how far can I push you?
Yeah, I bet. So,
So excited!
what up, Kiki?
I see we're both rocking some new shades, baby.
Dude, I got some new shades in from Goodr. These are hooked on onyx.
I'm rocking my summer ones.
I like that's a cool color.
Thanks.
Look hot on you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we have this sponsorship right now by Goodr. This episode is sponsored by Goodr, and it seems great, man. These hooked on onyx for $25.
You can't beat that, honestly. And they don't bounce. They don't slip.
Polarized glasses, $25. 1 year warranty, 30-day free returns. Yeah, great for working out. Great for doing everything. Like I said, I haven't used these at the gym yet, but I will.
Yeah, these are my favorite styles for running because I just love them.
Yeah, those are good looking shades. But so if you want to support the show and try a pair of Goodrs, Goodr is giving Happily Ever Banter podcast listeners free shipping. You can go to goodr.com/HEBpod and use our code HEBpod for free shipping. Goodr offers a 30-day money-back guarantee and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Again, that's goodr.com/HEBpod and use my code HEBpod for free shipping today.
So excited!
Funny story. I'm sure most people, a lot of people watch reality TV. I mean, obviously we're on reality TV, but you two guys were both on reality dating shows, polar opposite ones.
That's right.
You were on Love is Blind season 5.
Yeah.
And you were on Married at First Sight season 13, right?
Yep.
And so, yeah, actually, I've watched your stuff a while back, but I just watched, we watched yours today of you talking to your parents, and then the wedding day, and then like we watched the reunion too.
That's what I always ask people, because I get a lot of shit on the show. So I'm like, did you watch the reunion? Because the reunion's kind of a big moment in like the whole story. But yeah, I had a tough go.
Yeah, that was a wild concept.
What
Like,
did you think?
so I thought that y'all talked prior to see each other. So you didn't meet or anything till that day. Like you didn't even have any communication.
They wouldn't even give me her shoe size for like a wedding gift.
Oh, you gave her the shoes.
I gave. It was like a 2-part gift. But
What was her shoe size?
I don't know,
And what were the shoes?
Well, it was a joke. I had a really nice bottle of wine, and then I had a pair of like workout running shoes. Like
Okay.
there was one note that said "last chance." ... for the shoes, and then
Like,
the
have
next
a drink or
gift
run
was
away.
like a really nice bottle, like Caymus Special Select. But if in case you don't, here's your wine.
Here's your wine.
I still have the wine actually. It's in my wine fridge. I took it back.
What?
That's my damn wine.
We lost power at our apartment, so I was like, my excuse was, we can't just leave this sitting in here. I need to take it back to my wine fridge. So I ended up with the bottle.
I
of
didn't
wine.
know that.
That's
How did you
still-
lose power?
I don't know. It might have never worked to begin with, but that was just my reason.
Okay. I didn't know that. I knew the wine was there. That's what it was from.
So okay, so you had no, like, I was thinking that, and then I guess when I was watching like the wedding, like she said something about she hadn't talked to you nothing yet. So I thought they had some communication, but it was all just you were just match made with somebody.
So what made you decide to go out and be on this and
I
do
think
this?
I was just coming out of a relationship that I had kind of gone down the same path with, like a couple times with this person. So it got to the point where it was just like, okay, this is,
Just give it a
I'm
chance.
over this. What's the worst that could happen? This is what I want. This could either be really great for me and it could just expedite everything, or it could be right back where I am now. So
So have you ever been on national TV before?
not that I'm aware of.
That was I was curious about that too, because I've talked to Stacy about her experience and how that kind of went about, but I was curious to see how. That's a big step. Like, at least you got to speak.
You get to talk and figure out, are you guys on the same page with a lot of big topics? That is just like you're hoping. Which, granted, it's not just like, here you go. They have professionals that are supposed to be matching them.
I've seen that.
The core value, because they do genuinely want them to work out. That's the premise of the show.
But it is an experiment, like they say. They kept calling the show.
Yeah, it still is an experiment, but it's not just like, hey, they look like they're the same age. They look at the fundamentals and what they want, the goals, and they hope that it works out. And then when it doesn't, they want to know why. 'Cause if it's professional matchmakers, they're like, well, we matched you on all these things. So what is it that didn't work? Because I gave you everything you asked for. I think that's more of what Married at First Sight is doing, right?
Yeah, no, that's
like,
exactly
you want
the
this, here you go. And then if it doesn't work out, it's like, well, that's what you wanted. So maybe that's not what you want, or maybe there's something else that's a factor.
And I have no doubts that they want the best for all of us. They want it to work. They want the numbers to.
I do.
But
well, anytime they create those type of shows like that, they want it to last. Like, same things like The Bachelor. Bachelor, like, they spend all this time and energy, and they want it to, just like the Golden Bachelor. Like, why the hell they even did that? Why are you worried about finding love?
How
at 70
shocked
years old?
are we that they're already divorced?
Yeah, they were like a month later.
She didn't want to move or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even read it, but I was shocked because I feel like when you're older, let's say past 60s, if you're gonna get married, like, why get divorced again? Like, what else is gonna happen? Like, are you gonna get married again after that? So I was just honestly kind of surprised. I thought it worked for that age group.
Right, it didn't.
Like, when they're not gonna have more kids. Like, it's very like
right.
Now they're gonna do like a Golden Bachelorette, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they?
With the
Yes,
two
they
of
have
them.
they have the two ladies already, I think.
Oh my gosh, is it the one that looks like Caitlyn Jenner?
I don't know. I don't think so.
One's a blonde and one's a brunette. It's all I saw a picture.
Of course, that's all you know. The truth, one has blonde hair.
Nothing gets past
one has
Ryan.
brown hair.
They're both a little older. Previously married.
I just remember seeing all the memes when that show was coming out. There was one that looked like Caitlyn Jenner, and she was like one of the more controversial.
I think that is one of them. I think that's the brunette.
I'm gonna have to go back
I'll
and
get
look,
back
because they
to you.
did post pictures on both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Now I'm intrigued.
So you guys both fast forward. Your show was during 2021, right?
Yeah, 2021. It came out in June of 21 and ended Thanksgiving Day.
Turn it this way a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
And I know it was Thanksgiving Day because I got to file for my divorce the day after Thanksgiving.
Isn't it sad? Like, you go on this show, you get married, and you got a divorce. So what?
Yeah.
Not like in your circumstances, because you signed up for this, you got married, you didn't know if it was you want it to work out, but it didn't work out. So you got a divorce, but it's all because of this show.
Did you have to give her half of what you made in those 8 days?
I started an LLC during our marriage. But yeah, that was a valid question that I was absolutely concerned of.
What's the difference between annulment and divorce as far as how?
But nobody can be busted by a church.
It's state by state. It changes.
But
a
doesn't
lot,
have to do with the length of the marriage.
60 days in Florida is all I know because I looked at it very closely.
So y'all were just married 60 days?
No. We blew past the 60 days. Actually, What's crazy is the length of time that we're actually together is shorter than the time that we have to pretend to be together. Because not pretend to be together, but we can't be walking around without our rings on. I got in trouble for that.
Yeah, because you were wearing the ring on the reunion. Because she asked that. She's like,
Wait,
"Why-"
you were?
Yeah, because that's what I said.
I
I
bought
said,
that
why
on
are you
She
wearing?
saw that.
I said that. I said, why is he wearing the ring
I didn't
still?
even notice
for
that.
one scene.
Oh, okay.
But I bought my own ring. I actually like that ring.
But you guys weren't together.
No.
You weren't together.
I was so used to wearing it.
I noticed that. I was like, why does he still have his ring on? I'm so observant.
Because y'all saw the crappy rings that they gave us because of the free. So I went to Omega one day and I was like,
But at reunion, y'all had already gone and said, no, we are not staying married.
Yeah.
Am I the one that's confused?
He liked wearing it.
I think Zach did. I think Zach wore his also, and they were.
Hey, so Magnus sent me the grounds for annulment in Texas.
Oh, okay.
We have a spouse that's under the age of 18, a spouse that's under the influence of alcohol or narcotics,
Maybe.
a spouse that's impotent.
Wait.
We never found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the marriage involved fraud, duress, or force.
I could have got that one for sure.
A spouse was not mentally capable of consenting to marriage. You probably may have been that one.
Fell into that too.
A spouse concealed their divorce, and the marriage took place less than 72 hours after the spouses got their marriage license.
So then it could have.
That's why they had to rush us
annulment.
at the honeymoon. They had to rush us to like this. We were waiting at this city hall in Marathon, Florida, on a random like Wednesday morning because we were coming up on that 72 hours and they had to get us in there.
So where'd y'all go on y'all's honeymoon?
Well, we were supposed to go to Jamaica, but COVID kind of screwed that up. So then we were in Marathon. We stayed at a cool resort. I thought it was nice. Not everybody did, but it was fine. We had this big like
It's free.
Yeah, we had this big party bus from Miami and took us down there, and it was. I mean, that was the highlight of it for me, honestly.
Did you clog a toilet or anything there?
No,
He's not that cool.
we weren't in Mexico.
Rookie.
We had a little better.
Oh yeah,
better septic
I'm sorry, but who has gone to Mexico and not been like, oh, something's happening?
Yeah.
Like straight up bridesmaids.
Yeah.
It's that or whenever you get back. Your stomach is jacked. No?
When you get
I
back.
have Imodium stocked.
I didn't watch that episode for a very good reason.
Yeah, you're good.
And it wasn't the poop.
There were like 2 episodes that I was like, I know not to watch this one. Not to watch this one.
So, okay, that's what I was getting to. So, fast forward, you've both been on shows. Both of them, it didn't work out, that's probably the norm for those kind of shows. I mean, I think that's
Majority.
Majority, that's
I would
what
say
it is.
majority is like, doesn't work out.
So, how did y'all meet past that? Like, how did y'all...
Well, we met before my show had aired.
Okay.
So, my friend had gone through a divorce. It was finalized, but she had been separated, divorced for over a year. Once it was finalized, she was ready to date. The girl that was trying to like send her a couple of guy friends, because she hadn't dated in a year, she'd been married. So she was like, here's a couple guys. One of them was Ryan, and then there was this other guy. And the friend that I'm referring to knew that I had filmed a show, but it hadn't aired. Mm-hmm. And so I think when she looked him up and saw that he had been on a show.
That was perfect.
That's what she said. I was like, is that really it? Like, is he ugly? Why are you passing him off? That's how.
And I knew Rebecca like before she was even married.
She didn't know you.
Oh, I was more
I don't
observant.
Most stalkers don't know that they're known.
That might have been what it was, because it
I
wasn't
know
like
everything about her.
No, it wasn't like she was like,
She
I
was
know
on the
this
apps
guy.
in like 2016.
Really?
I don't know when she was married. But
No, she was married like out of college. I don't know, but that's like the introduction. So we'd gone out, I guess, how many dates before I even like said anything to you?
I saw it on your. I saw like LIB on some message on your phone, and I didn't say anything. But that was like first or second date.
Well, that's the first time hearing about that, but he did not know.
This is
I
it.
didn't know.
He was
I
going
didn't-
through my phone again.
So that was Love is Blind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I like had the girls' contacts, I usually
All these shows have their
Okay.
acronyms.
Most of the time, I don't. When you meet the girls on the show, you don't know their last name.
Would you like MAFs? MAFs?
Oh, really?
Navs.
I still.
Maps.
I mean, Beth is in my phone under Beth
As
Maps.
Navs. Yeah, you never know people's last names. So mine was LIB.
Okay.
I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
tricky.
We
Little
talked
sneaky
about
guy.
it like the. I mean, you confirmed it like I didn't know. You could have been texting some random Love is Blind person. I didn't know. I had no clue.
Well, I
on our
didn't
first
think
couple of
he
dates.
knew. I did not think he knew. But yeah, we were at an Italian restaurant, the place that's by your house,
Hey, Porto Vino.
and he was talking about his show, and my show hadn't come out. We have our contract, so you can't like talk
Okay.
about anything. And he was talking about like, yeah, with my show, like it would be awkward seeing certain people. I'm friends with a lot of people, but if I ran into like specific people, it'd be awkward. And I was like, I can't even imagine what that would be like. And he was like, what? And I was like, I mean, I've done something similar. And he was like, LIB season 5. I'm like, how did you know that? How did you even know that film? Because nothing had aired. And it's the same production company.
Okay.
So it's a lot of the same
people, yeah.
people. So you knew that they had filmed in Houston.
Well, they had joked with me because I had met with one of the producers after the fact, like a year later in San Diego, and they had mentioned something about Love is Blind. I was like, perfect. Sign me right back up.
Oh, God.
Dude, they showed
imagine?
you were a serial dater, now you're a serial reality TV guy.
God. Goo.
That's hilarious.
So, hey, one thing was like your dad, like when they like I said, I watched that part today, and you're cooking, you know, she's like your mom, dad, and your sister, and then like I was curious, you know, they showed your dad showing you things like this ain't normal or whatever, and I was curious like how that is off camera, as far as when real conversations were had.
I had prefaced it a little bit. I hadn't gone. They knew I was like in the process, but I truly don't think at that moment that I had told them that it's a done deal.
Yeah, it did sound like you alluded to like they knew you were doing this, but
because I don't think I knew until the day before.
Okay.
That's when Viviana told me at Wildcat. She came out there in her Louboutin heels and was putting with us. And
is that on the show?
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't remember that.
So y'all watch each other's shows?
Well, once we started dating, I watched his. I had never seen Married at First Sight. I watched his more so. I don't know what it is. You want to see like the clips, like what are they showing of this person?
Right.
Who are they with? Like what are they going to be known for, whether it's accurate or not? So I just kind of like fast forwarded to some of your parts.
That's what we did. We just I just fast forward till I saw you, and then I watched that
I
stuff.
know. I did the same thing. But yeah, I hadn't seen the show before that.
I remember hearing the name of that show, and then, like I said, after I was connected with you, and then bet them about you, that's when I started following you. And I was like, okay, I've heard about this show. I didn't know the premise until today. I was like, holy shit, you don't know anything about these people. That was wild.
My God.
That's just
I
wild.
still cannot wrap my head around it. Like, I'm sorry, but at what place in life are you where it's like, I would marry whatever walks through the door? I'm just like in my head.
You were at a tough start.
I was scared enough doing Love is Blind where you get a little bit. You get a little bit. But yeah.
There's pros and cons though. Like,
but so when she turned around, do you really think she was gorgeous when she walked down the aisle?
I did. I really did. I mean,
you could tell me later.
I'm not much for redheads.
I never said that. There's no point did I ever say that.
She's pretty.
No, she was pretty. Yeah, she's pretty. It wasn't her appearance that was the detriment of our marriage. That's so weird to say.
Yeah.
So after everything was said and done, y'all went on, like, when did y'all's problems start? When y'all got back after the honeymoon?
The honeymoon, we had like extra room, extra bathroom, which go nuts, do whatever you need to do. But it was, I could see like a trend of cluttering and just, I was very...
Well, yeah, I mean, y'all don't know each other, so yeah, you're going to have a lot of...
I was very curious to see if it transitioned to our everyday life, and it very much did.
She was sloppy?
Yeah. I mean, some people can deal with that. It wasn't for me. But maybe it was just the moment.
Straw that broke the camel's back.
No, there was a lot more.
Which was the straw?
How did y'all align with like religion and politics, stuff like that? Was that okay? I had a from what I read on, I don't know, I read something about it, said something about your core beliefs, and I figured that may have been the thing.
Where's she from?
Even when you made the comment about the
New Jersey.
I thought she was from Texas.
She lives in she's been a lot of places, but New Jersey, and then
they made the comment reading the family reading that thing, and you said something about the ranch, and like she looks at her friend. I don't know if that's edited, but her friend's like,
about like outdoorsy. And stuff.
We don't kill animals, you know. Like,
she did. I saw a one-on-one interview where she was like, "Am I a cowboy wife or something now?" Like, no, they obviously tried to make me look a certain way as far as...
No, but I am. I'm just kidding.
I'll be a cowboy wife. I'm not scared.
I told her.
I don't even know what that entails, but it sounds fun.
I told her that's like a once-a-year thing. That's not my life.
I know. It made it sound like every weekend we'd be put your snake boots on.
Yeah, they wanted me to be... They wanted me to be like the big Republican conservative
oil and gas Houston
guy, and I tried like hell to not give into that narrative, but I mean, at the end of the day,
they're gonna
you are your character to a certain extent.
That's fine, I'll go with that.
I mean we're in Houston, we're in the oil and gas industry. I am too.
There is no way around it.
I mean it
is what it is.
We're in the Bible Belt, dude. I mean part of it too. And a lot of our fans on everything is from all over the world. You get that. So I mean, hey, it's something we just don't talk about. People make their assumptions regardless. So well, that's wild. So so that's how y'all met through.
He was set up through like a friend of a friend, and the friend. I don't even know how you know Mal. How do you know Mal?
She was on the site in 2015.
Probably. I had taught Pilates with her sister, so that was the only reason I knew that name.
I've known her for 10 years now. I don't know how, but
So are y'all a freshly couple?
No.
Oh, okay.
8-9 months.
We've been together almost a year.
Okay.
Like a year and a couple weeks.
Okay, awesome.
Do you want to have a party for us?
Let's do it.
That's
be on the golf course?
Oh my
Dude,
God.
we'll go to the golf course. Yeah, Ryan plays golf. So
she won't golf with me. She
What can we do?
Crystal likes riding the golf cart and drink.
If there's alcohol involved, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Okay, we
Sounds
do.
good to me. Yeah, no, that's how we got introduced. I guess at that time I was just kind of freaked out because the show hadn't aired. I didn't know.
You don't know what's going to be aired out there either.
No, I didn't know what it was going to look like, how people would
Gonna portray you,
perceive
yeah.
me, how I'd be portrayed. Like, there were so many things, and the last thing I wanted to do was date someone that had no idea about it, and then you have to explain it all,
Yeah.
and then go through the roller coaster with them, and
So do people recognize y'all out and about?
sometimes, but I don't feel like we go out all that often.
Okay.
Sometimes.
it's always a random. It's usually airports, and I mean y'all get it
Yeah.
more than us, but
Airports, and then I feel like it's more places outside of Houston.
Yeah,
like when we were in
Mexico.
Mexico, we were in Nashville recently, which is where I'm from.
Okay.
And someone recognized. I don't know. I don't think it's that frequent. But we're not that cool.
So y'all homebodies.
I think it's a
she
mix.
is not.
Oh, she's not?
But
Okay.
he is. So it's like I want to be with him and go out with him, and I'm like, let's do this. And he's like, I think I'm going to chill. I'm like,
What she's not
Can
telling
we at
you
least
is there's
have
like
wine?
7 minutes before she tells me she's already out.
Like, I'm good.
No.
I have a balance. It's like if I've gone out a couple times, then there's times I want to chill. But like, if you could stay in every night, I think you would.
No.
I can't do that.
I think you would. Where would you go?
Where would you go?
I'm just
Molly's
not
bored.
gonna,
Molly's Pub, baby.
Molly's Pub.
Something like that.
They've been asking about, where's that Ryan guy?
Yeah. You only go out to like watch a game and it's like a quick little boop.
No, I mean, during the week, I'm okay with not going out. But
I like cocktail bars, and if a cocktail bar has like good music, I'm like, ooh, this is a vibe. Let's go. And
So
he's
you are in Houston, so there's really not that much around here, you know?
I mean, and we're
41, we're
got-
40. I mean, he acts
we
like
got kids that have sports every
Yeah,
night
that's true.
and
So
weekend
it's hard.
too. So
It's hard to get
luckily
away.
now they're old enough to where we can leave them and we can go do.
We can't go into the city for a couple hours and then come back, you know?
We can go off, and it's like you're not tied to like you have a sitter you had to worry about now that like they're old enough now they can
Right.
chill out and
Yeah.
like talk about DoorDash some food and they're good. You
Yeah.
know? So, but it is different when we got to take a trip up to the city, which I love going to do that, but
yeah.
it's a little different than
Well, it's definitely different when you settle down and have kids, too.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
the priorities are different. Your time is completely split with what you guys want to do and what
Right,
they're doing.
exactly.
That's different. But we are very different. Very different. He's very introverted. I'm very extroverted. I want to go out. He wants to stay in. He's a morning person. I'm a night owl, so he wants to go to bed at like 9, and that's when I'm ready to shower and put on my show and eat dinner.
oh shit.
9 o'clock. Oh, wait till indigestion hits when you get older.
We're opening wine bottles at like
we're
11
way past
a.m.
indigestion. No, I just take stuff for it. But like in all seriousness, I do.
There's definitely been some adapting on my end that's had to happen to keep
Yeah,
up with
dude.
her. It doesn't sound like I'm doing a very good job. Damn it, I'm trying.
I don't know what to do with that. It's not like adapting. Like I don't want you to stay up. We have to get up early, but like I can't make myself fall asleep if I'm not tired.
Yeah.
I'm that way. I can't.
Yeah.
I got to get up early, and I still stay up late.
Yeah.
I can't get myself to go to bed earlier.
I can't either because then I'm like
She could.
angry.
She's ready to pass out.
Yeah, and I'm like, turn the TV off.
I'm like, dude, I gotta.
and he's not
unwind.
watching TV. He's just scrolling on his phone. So it's like, why do you need the TV on?
Well,
I think it's just to like
if a
exhaust
sports
your.
song-
It's like to exhaust your brain.
It ain't
I
exhausting
just-
his brain. He ain't even looking at it.
It's just mindless. It's just habitual at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's
It
just,
is, but I feel like sometimes that's almost like reading a book.
No,
when
it
they say
is. It's
read a
kind of
book
like
before
your
you go to
wind
bed.
down. I feel like
Yeah.
it is.
I mean, every night it's South Park on TV.
You still watch South Park?
It's tuned in every night.
It's on Comedy Central a lot of times. We just watch it. I love it, but I still just.
That's how I found out that bastard was a bad word.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not a great word.
Yeah, no. I was living in New York. I was 9. I was in the 4th grade. And my parents, they weren't strict, but they were like aware of what we were watching.
Right. I mean,
and
yes.
I didn't know what South Park was. But when I went to my friend's house, we're in upstate New York, like the parents go to bed, that's what they would turn on. So I'm watching it. I don't know any bad words. So all of it's the same to me.
Yeah.
But like the punchline is like, Henny, you bastard. So I was like, okay, like if you watch it, people know you've watched it if you say that line. So all the boys are talking about it, and then I say like, ha ha ha, like, oh, Kenny, you bastard, like try to be cool.
Yeah.
And I got sent to the principal's office. I started crying because I didn't know.
You're like, for what?
I know, I had no idea.
Oh, ninth grade, I was saying F word by then.
This was 4th grade.
I mean, 4th grade.
You were?
Oh, of course.
Probably.
I think I smoked my first cigarette in 4th grade. I'm not even lying.
Small town.
I had a
Oh
brother
my
7 years older
God.
than me, so like I did seen a lot of things earlier than I should have, but like I'm not even joking. First time I drank alcohol was in 5th grade.
What was
What-
it?
Yeah, what was it? A beer?
Southern Comfort.
Wild Turkey was my first attempt of alcohol, and it was the nastiest.
Oh, dude, it was
I feel like
disgusting.
SoCo would be easier to drink
And I
than
dipped
Wild
in 4th grade, and I
Turkey.
threw my guts up.
I think mine was Boone Farms.
I think we were doing like the Smirnoff Ice, like
That's right.
like-
Smirnoff Ice and Ski Blue.
like the
shit.
Mike's Hard
Sky
Lemonade. It was so good
Mad
until it
Dog.
wasn't.
Too sweet.
No, we drank a Schlitz 40, and we were
Wow.
chasing with Dr. Pepper at my buddy's house.
Wild
what is
Irish
that?
Rose.
Malt
Schlitz?
liquor, the big 40 ounce.
Oh, no.
What's malt liquor?
I
like-
mean,
You don't want to know.
tastes like malt. It tastes
it's like 99 cents for a 40 ounce of.
But what is malt
It's what
liquor?
crackheads drink. I mean, it's like a.
Is it?
It's a beer.
So okay, so it can be sold in a gas station.
Yes, it's sold in a 40, like the old Milwaukee. They got all them brands, but
You've never seen the people like tape the big 40-ounce.
yeah, the every
I
40
know
hands.
what the paper bag around something is.
They're
Yeah.
either
Is that what
big
it is?
32-ounce beer can or
That's a big
40.
tall boy.
No,
yeah.
but I thought what you were saying was a brand.
No. Well, Schlitz.
Yeah.
Schlitz malt liquor.
Yeah.
And then they have like they had a couple old Milwaukee made. They had a bunch of them, but that's.
Oh.
I was at my friend's house and we had it. We were drinking it and drinking Dr. Pepper behind it. It was so terrible.
Oh, that
Oof.
sounds terrible.
Well, when you don't drink anything, everything tastes.
We were
terrible.
young.
Yeah.
It was gross though.
Yeah.
I still don't drink beer to this day.
no?
I don't like it.
No beer.
Never could.
No.
Do
I
it.
don't drink beer.
Never could do it. Just never enjoyed
Everybody's
it.
like, when you get older, you'll develop a taste. We're like, no.
I'm like, I just don't. I like tequila and I like wine.
It's a match made in heaven.
I know. I like.
Who's the tequila and who's the wine?
We like both.
No, I like both, but
Yeah.
red wine and tequila.
But if one of y'all was the tequila and one of you guys was the wine,
I would be tequila.
I see your wine.
I don't know.
You
'cause,
drink
like,
more wine than I do.
I know. Yeah, that's true. But like usually when we go out or whatever, well, I'll get a tequila drink. It's very seldom that I order a wine drink.
It just depends.
Unless I
If
drink
you
wine
get
with my girls.
tipsy, not intentionally,
Oh.
if you get tipsy or drunk, is it on wine or tequila?
Tequila.
Probably tequila.
Tequila for sure.
Okay.
Because I can have a whole bottle of wine and be fine.
A whole bottle of tequila and you're
Yeah.
Oh,
You're dead.
yeah, I'm dead. I had a whole bottle of, what was it, Fireball, and I almost died.
Yeah.
Because I celebrate
Let's
more.
drink like 15
that's what we
shots.
drink. The cheerleaders at Tennessee, that was the
I can't
thing
drink that. I can't even smell it anymore. It
You
was-
drank a whole bottle?
It was when Kinsey
She
was.
did a bunch of shots.
It was when Kinsey was a baby. We were celebrating Martin Luther King. We were having a barbecue. I mean, I was celebrating. And I
Well,
was
she
like,
was doing these shots in the kitchen
alone.
without me knowing. With my buddies were making her drink all this.
I was
shit.
like, clothes
Hey,
half
next
off,
thing you know,
throwing
she's
up.
naked on the floor, throwing up. And I got a daughter that's like 2 years old. I think that's the day, like the weekend, we found out she was pregnant with Bronson too.
Yeah,
I'm not
That's-
joking.
that's
The next,
why I was
like,
so
couple
sick.
days later.
It's fine.
yeah,
If it's before like the 3-month mark, I think it's
yeah,
Yeah, he's fine.
yeah. I think I
fine. Saw
remember.
me, looked okay.
He's got glasses.
I met him. Great kid.
Yeah, I never forget. I was like, wait. I looked back and I was like, I think we were drunk that night.
No, you were beyond drunk.
So to this day, I cannot do it. Ugh.
Has there ever been a time where you're drinking, but he's way more like that?
I mean, there's only been a handful of times where, like, there's certain times where he likes to have a good time and gets crazy. You know, like I think the last time he probably really got like that was whenever he went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Or sometimes
No, we just-
or sometimes the Christmas parties, like his work Christmas
Oh,
party, because
dude.
him and his best friend like the third down, or Jacob likes to get him the drunkest. And
then what?
no, we had a going away party when we moved from Louisiana to Texas, and he got wheelchaired out. That's how much he celebrated.
Did they at least cheer for you and like clap when you got wheeled out? Like, woo,
No, I was
Dale's
I was
fun.
cussing. I'm calling white trash and.
Were you really?
Oh
She was so
yeah,
mad.
I was so
She was
mad.
drunk, too.
I was drunk too.
Who knows that guy? He's a piece
And
of
and then I woke up. He was still on the floor. And then we go on a cruise just recently, and we both got wheelchaired out from Bahamas to
Yeah.
the cruise line.
We were on the beach.
Do not. That's those damn pineapple drinks.
We were
Don't
on
do
the
it.
beach, and they had those drinks where they
He
hollow
loves
the pineapple.
those. He loves those.
And she's like, "Hey,
It was 3 for
spike it
30
like,
or something.
I spike it like you like it. So she's like, tell me when to stop pouring alcohol, and they put a little bit of juice
How's
on
that
top.
headache?
So we started. I drank the first one.
The bartender said, "I'll spike it how you like it."
Lady,
We're on
this
a
lady
little
at 10 on the beach in Nassau, in Bahamas.
Okay.
So she makes these first one. I'm like, dude, it's like that. So it's like that big around,
yeah.
that tall. I'm like this much rum. So I'm like drinking mine. Boom. She drinks hers, and then I get another one, and she gets another one. Then I get another one. Like the last one, she's like, I asked for a certain rum. She's like, I only got a little bit left. So I took that bottle and drank the rest of that.
Of course.
And then she made the other things, and that was like, then it shows 11 o'clock, and the next thing I know, we wake up at 7:30. We're in our bed on the cruise ship.
And you're both like,
Sand is everywhere.
Everywhere's.
And so then it's like hangover the next couple of days. Like our buddies are telling the stories about how they had to get us to here. They had
Video of
wheelchairs.
us, like we don't remember anything. It's
Do
like
you
we got
have it?
blacked out.
They didn't get good video. I was like, y'all were. They're friends of ours.
Well, they have us like laid out.
They're not like really good friends. Like
okay.
if it was like really good friends, you'd have some great footage.
And where was Adam with his big ass camera?
No, they weren't with us.
Oh, that's
But so the funny thing is, so you fast forward to the next day, and we go to what was the other private island, Turks and Caicos,
Went to Grand Turk.
to go get a drink, and they're like, his cord doesn't work. I'm like, what do you mean his cord doesn't work? Here's my cord. We couldn't get a drink, and we're like, why? They're like, you're gonna have to see the service desk or whatever when you get back. Well, our cords got suspended for 24 hours from drinking.
No, it wasn't 24 hours. So I got back on the ship later that evening,
Hall of Fame.
and I said, hey, I need to say my car's not working. I don't know why. And they start looking my thing up. They said, oh, you need to go sit over there. I had to go talk to security and like give a statement.
And I had to too.
Well, at least you got to leave
What
the
did your
island.
statement say?
said-
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
inebriated.
We just said
I
we got roofied.
apologize. Oh, is that what you said?
I tried to say that like 3
Yeah.
weeks ago.
But it was funny though.
That
so
was
then-
last week.
So fast forward like a few months later, and this story comes out on Instagram on
The news.
on the news about these people went to Bahamas. They were drinking these drinks, and I was like, I sent it to him. I was like, Dale, those were those same exact drinks that we were drinking. Same thing happened. So I was like, man, thank goodness we were
Do you
with
think
a
that's
group.
what it was?
Yes, it had to be. Thank goodness we were with a group of 20 people that took care of us, got us back on. Because if not,
Yeah, it
like,
was-
They
that's
did not
scary.
spike it how you'd like it.
Yeah,
Dude.
it's like, and no telling what was in those bottles because it was just platinum, you know. But like, I would never do that again.
Oh, I thought you were joking. I thought it was funny. You were like, I got roofied. But you really think you got roofied?
Yeah,
I don't think we did.
I think so.
I think we just overdid it.
We don't
Maybe she
remember.
did.
We don't remember anything. And the next day, we got up, went to breakfast, and they're like, "Man, y'all are alive." But it was so weird. Like we were.
You felt
Just,
okay?
we slept from 3 p.m. to 7.
This picture of me talking to
next
security
day.
the next morning, trying to tell
Yeah.
them that evening, trying to tell them my story.
So what had happened was your bartender gave me the spiky that she liked.
But that was on the beach. That wasn't nothing. It was just a chick serving drinks on the beach.
On the beach, yeah, we were.
That wasn't a part of the cruise. We took a bus to the beach.
So they can't even do anything about that. They have no idea who that
No,
is.
So what was the statement for?
I don't know. I said, dude. I said we were out on the beach. We drank a bunch. I said, I'm not saying I got drugged, but I've drank plenty and never had
happened.
blacked out
Yeah.
to where like
rum.
5 hours from rum.
So we get our cards back. They deactivate, and we go straight to the bar.
I sent the picture to all my friends like, we're back, bitches.
Yeah.
I was like,
That should be your
The
profile
security
pic.
people were just watching us 'cause we went straight back there. We signed our thing and we walked straight to the bar. I mean, but it's like it's not their fault. We weren't on the cruise, you know.
I mean, it is what it is.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Made a memory.
Everybody's got to have a story on a trip. So we were that.
I've never
I
done
love
a
that.
cruise. Maybe that's why.
It was fun.
It was fun, but I'm like a type of person I want to go and get there and hang.
Yeah, I'd rather
Yeah.
fly somewhere and be there if you're going to go somewhere. But this was a free trip she won from this deal. So like,
Right.
it was fun. And we
Yeah.
can't beat it. We stopped in Grand Turks, Bahamas, and somewhere else.
Half Cave Moon is a private island.
Oh, yeah. Carnival's private island. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
That's where we couldn't get drinks at.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
To clarify.
And we're like, well, we're here from 8 to 4 and couldn't drink.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Y'all were wearing a scarlet letter.
I know.
It's just water.
People are like, oh, you really got a wheelchair.
Nope, wasn't me.
Oh,
And then there were some people that were with us like, yeah, I quit drinking a year ago. I haven't. I'm like, well, golly. Well, then you're looking at us thinking,
like,
Judge me.
You're on vacation.
You're an alcoholic, not me.
I've never thought of that response and I would never use it, but now I'll keep it in my back
There you
pocket
go.
in case I need
That's
it.
yours. Yeah. I know that bad of a problem.
Are you projecting right now?
Exactly.
Oh gosh.
That's funny. Okay, so y'all been dating for almost a year now.
I think so. It's kind of blurry.
So do y'all live together or separate?
Separate.
Separate? Okay.
He's been living with me the last few days because he just got power back.
No power,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he just got power tonight.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
It's been a lot. There's been so many dogs. Like all of her friends that have been out of power have all been staying at her house.
Oh,
so there were
wow.
like 4 dogs and 2
Like,
dogs were
8
nuts.
people.
That's good. She got like 4 couches in her living room, so she's good.
Well, now it's 1. But thank God I had enough room. There was plenty of room for people to crash, but I couldn't believe. I felt kind of guilty. I had nothing. Like, I didn't think go wrong. I had water, power, and everyone that was like a block away was like, how do you have this? I'm like, I don't know, you can use it. So like, okay. Then they bring over all of the food out of the fridge. They're like, can I use your fridge? I'm like,
you do.
and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But then everyone's moving in. Then the next person shows up with food. The next person shows up with,
gosh.
hey, I need this medication refrigerator. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. And then I'm like, I don't know where you're gonna stay. There's space technically, but like,
I mean, if you had to you sleep on the floor, you know.
oh gosh, it was.
I didn't bring any foods. Don't put that on me.
Yeah.
You brought pizza.
Not to put in your refrigerator.
That was very kind.
Yeah.
He knows when he shows up, I better have food and I better have wine.
There you go. Attaboy.
He knows.
So what do you think? So from both being on that, do you think it changed your perspective on dating? You think that changed anything for us? I mean, you went to the extreme.
It's impossible to come out of either of our scenarios and not take something away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... And I've joked with her because I've always had an issue like opening up or just
Yeah.
back and forth. It's just deep conversations, and she's had to pry some stuff out of me before. I joked early on, like, do we need to put a wall in between us and talk before? Like, maybe that's a better scenario for me.
But so did you have bad relationships? Is that why you have a hard time opening up?
No, I just haven't
Okay.
I haven't had
Oh,
a
you
ton
had
of
it.
relationships.
Okay.
I just jumped right into a marriage and was like, we're going to figure this
Okay.
out.
not
This
lying.
sounds very healthy.
So when we have communication issues, I'm like, you were married. He's like, yeah, but I didn't like her.
Yeah, that's kind of a different situation, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a reality show.
Yeah.
You know, so it's.
I mean, that's an arranged marriage from like another
I know.
country
Yeah.
thing. You
And
know?
Right.
I can't tell you how far out of the realm of that being something I would ever do.
So,
I just-
are any of these other couples still together that are on that show?
Oh man, we started a very bad trend.
Okay.
We're the first season to ever go over 5.
Oh.
And since then,
Oh, wow.
there's been 2 couples out of like 35
Oh,
that
shit.
have worked.
Okay.
Yeah, we met.
There's
well,
only 2 couples.
Yeah.
still
So it's
together.
kind of crazy how they do shows like this.
but and I don't think
People watch them, they're going to
I
do them.
know.
I don't think it's a matchmaking thing. I think it's just the age that we live in, and it's tough to make that
Yeah.
happen. And you have just every access to so much variety. And
Yeah, we've talked about it. I was like, man, Chris has been together 22 years. And I couldn't imagine dating again. Like, it'd be... Because everything's so different. We were 19, we got together. So you imagine, like, how much the world has changed. And you've changed as a person. And then by the time if I'm 40, meeting another... somewhere around my age, they had kids. You know, it'd just be...
Yeah.
It'd just be strange. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people that do it. I get it. But it's just... be
What's really odd is like how I view dating, like how I dated before I went on the show is completely different than how I was during the show, which is completely different post show, where I knew I had filmed this, I knew I'd been engaged, I almost got married, but at that point I couldn't talk about it with anyone. So I'm dating and they're like, when was your last serious relationship? I don't even know how to describe that. So that was what I dealt with for a year and a half. So meeting Ryan, it was honestly, I don't know, kind of like a lotto ticket because he had been through something like
Yeah,
that,
he
where
had some
it's not like
shared
he's
experience.
going for clout. It's not like he's going to think I'm insane. It's not like he's going to date me because he wants that attention. Like, he knows all of it. He knew the anxiety I was going through beforehand, where I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know. Now I'm like, I can't imagine dating now after this, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, we've seen you on this and we know you dated this person and this person.
Yeah, they like know
I-
they can judge you just based off what they see.
know. So and that's different than pre-show, pre-air. Like, all of its different phases on how I'd even look at it, as opposed to being single and dating or getting divorced and dating again. Like, those are all very different scenarios where
Right.
all of it probably sucks. All of it probably sucks. But yeah, it's
Taking
been.
that as a compliment.
Are you?
Yeah.
You called me a lottery ticket. That's pretty damn good.
Cheers!
Nice thing she's ever said to me.
Let's cheers. I'll be yours.
You can cheers with mine. Take
I'm
it.
her lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Cheers. We'll remember that.
No, that's wild though. I guess you can't relate either because your show came out before mine.
And what I was going to say, what I felt like I took away from my show is my ability to like speak my feelings, and then I meet her and I'm like, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing.
So, okay, I got a question. Is your favorite movie really The Notebook?
I mean, it was. I felt like that was needed to be said in that
Okay.
moment, but no, I really did. I always had it was like an ongoing joke that I had a townhouse in East Downtown, and there was a copy of The Notebook on every floor. So I was like, I like The Notebook. There's nothing wrong with The Notebook.
That's good.
I love
It's,
The
That's
Notebook.
good.
it's good for you're talking about women. It's
Yeah.
a good thing
I
to
just
show.
never heard a man say that. That's why I was like, oh my God, was this, did he have to say that in the
I was
show?
trying to tear down my stereotypes. That
He was
set
shit-
up
yeah.
for me. I'm a baker that watches Nicholas Sparks videos.
Wait, okay. Well, I've never asked you this. Was dating different for you before you went on a show and after? Or was it all kind of the same?
I mean, I dated a ton before. I didn't really date much after.
I know, because on the
Serial
show,
dater.
it said you were with 50 people or so.
No, my drunk ass friend was Blackout and said I dated
Okay.
1,000 women. I started running the numbers in my head.
But your sister seems like she don't have a filter because she's like very like outspoken, like,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm scared to talk about her. She'll whoop my ass.
Dude, I was too scared too.
Wait, so dating was not different
Well, I didn't date as much was the different part. It's like-
after?
yeah, I was more like, had more purpose with my dating after.
Okay.
And I wasn't just...
Because you're probably
He's like,
just
man, I'm a divorced man. I got
yeah, you're probably like, what the
I
hell
wanna
did
do
I
that
just
again.
go through? Like, what, you know?
Gotta be careful.
But it's just like, that's kind of sucks to say you got in a divorce only because of the show.
I mean, that's always what I say. I was like, yeah, I was married,
Yeah.
but I never touched my wife. Like, it's...
You say that and I wish you didn't.
Why?
Because you did touch her.
Not in the state of Texas.
that count.
I mean, so honey, I mean, yeah, I'm sure you kissed
We
her.
made out.
Yeah, that's it?
That's it.
Wow. So there was no attraction then.
I'm not going to say there was no attraction. There was no future. And
There's a big difference.
There was a lot of... It literally got to the point... And I haven't... I hope she's doing great right now. I have no hard feelings about her or the show or anything. But there was just no... It came to the point where I was just like in protect her at all costs mode.
Yeah.
Like, what can I do? I don't want to make her look bad. I don't want to... Obviously, I'm still looking out for myself as well. But
Yep.
it's like, how can I treat this with like the most delicate...
So that'd be hard filming it then if you didn't, and y'all had to act like.
So how long were you together from the wedding day to the
Wedding day,
Divorce.
honeymoon, lived together 8 weeks.
Oh damn.
So
2 months.
Was that did you have to live together that long?
I made it like 7.5 weeks. No, but they don't. You have to continue filming, but you don't have to live together. If there's a reason for y'all to leave the house, or
Okay.
they don't like force you. They're very. I mean, that's been an issue since then. Really, is people have left the show in the first weeks. People have came back from the honeymoon and been done.
Wow.
So you just have to continue filming to.
What house do y'all use?
They actually put us in a really nice apartment
really?
complex
Okay.
in the Med Center.
And it was
Attached-
fully furnished and
fully
stuff?
furnished, yeah, next to the Intercontinental. It was an incredible spot. But I think that's part of the issue is such close friendships get developed in that with like me and the guys, and I think that kind of takes away from the actual relationship that you're trying to build. It's because you have all these voices in your head and you're building all these friendships and relationships outside of the marriage and getting kind of advice from every direction possible, whether it be production, the other cast members, and it's so much already to begin with, and then
I
you
bet.
throw that in, and that's a different dynamic because initially the show in its first few successful seasons, they all lived separately. They didn't communicate with the other couples, and that's been a kind of a change in the show itself. So it's, I don't know, it just adds a new wrinkle to it, and the statistics are going to show that it's not going great that way. But
wow. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
8 weeks though. That's a lot. That's a long time. Longer than I thought.
I mean, it's a lot because you know the hours that go into that.
Right.
It was-
Yeah.
we would typically have Monday, Tuesday off, but then she was a coach, so there would be days during the week that she wouldn't get in until 9, 10 o'clock, and we'd be filming till 3 a.m.
Oh,
wow.
God.
Because they
Got to get what they need.
they work with your schedule, obviously, to the best that they can, but they have to get their footage, and there were long, long days.
Golly.
That's what prepared me to date this one. That's what I took away.
I think that's fair.
Freaking nocturnal Stacy over here.
If it was easy,
So
everybody
you have
would
no
do
problem staying up
No,
then?
I still get 3 a.m. interviews.
it. No, you go upstairs. We know now, like, I'm going to be up at least till midnight, probably 1. And when you're tired, you go upstairs. I'm not offended by that. But I'm like, I can't just lay there like this in the dark with nothing to do.
That's something
for 3 hours.
I've grown into, learning
Just
that
like,
I can go
if you want
upstairs.
to go to bed, go to
without
bed.
it.
I don't care. But, like, I'm
Yeah.
not sleepy. I wind down at midnight.
I try.
Wow.
Crystal, she don't want me to have TV on, but she'd rather me be in bed instead of not.
So do you.
I know. I'm just saying. Like the other night, I was like, I was trying to. I think there's a basketball game on. I was like, I need
yeah.
to finish this. I'll go into the room. No, you can watch it here. Then she'll bitch about the TV, but she don't. She's gonna be in the bed.
I think there's sometimes where he would rather me be in the room watching it, even though he's like, it's loud. I don't know. I was growing up, I fell asleep with the TV on, so I was
see,
used to
I did too.
sound
I hate
and light and noise.
Yeah.
So for me, that's like white noise, brown noise. Like that's soothing to me and it helps me fall asleep.
Well, we sleep with the sound machine.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
We do now.
I definitely didn't sleep to a TV. I remember my routine. I would watch Martin 10 to 10:30.
Martin.
Then the TV's off at 10:30.
Edit that out. What network was that airing on?
Nickelodeon?
Martin was
I don't know.
USA.
Still?
Say it.
Oh, wait.
I mean, this was 8th grade. This was.
That's what he talking
Oh,
about.
I
he
thought
talking
about,
about
like,
no, he's talking
2
about you were talking about
years
growing
ago.
up. He's talking about no, I got what you're
Oh,
saying.
okay. I thought you were talking about now.
Edit that out. She
8
said.
o'clock, I watch
Nick at night
Milton.
now?
9 o'clock, I go to bed. I'm like, this makes so much sense now.
Because he's going upstairs
Weirdo.
at 10 to watch Martin until 2:30.
Exactly.
Say what, Gina?
No, it made sense. I was like, I know now why you're resentful. You missed Martin.
Dude,
I hope that show's still on.
they had to be airing it. Yeah, I think they do still show it.
Probably has its own channel on one of the networks.
There, no doubt. That show was around for a long time. That's so funny.
I never watched that. Or Seinfeld.
I never watched
Right.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld was my favorite show of all time.
I
yeah.
do too.
No.
It's the best show.
That was more Friends.
Still relevant to this day. Like, it's that good.
How many seasons? Like 10 plus?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was 9.
So y'all beat them.
Yeah, we beat them. Yeah, Outdaughtered got them. 10th season. Yeah. So what do y'all typically do? Like what is y'all's weekends like?
What's our weekend like?
They can be very different.
I really don't even know how to answer that. They're all...
We usually try to do like a date night. But we hang out with our friends a lot. Like we'll go over to each other's houses or like friends' houses and
Hang out.
We don't have a typical weekend. Sometimes I'm traveling and he's not. Sometimes he's gone. I'm not. Sometimes I'm in the mood to just stay home and purposely organize my closet. And there's times where I want to go out with my girlfriends and not see him at all. And then there's times where I'm like, where are you? Why are you hanging out with us? I don't know. We don't have a typical anything. I'm kind of craving that now, like routine, but I don't know how to find it. So
I know to give her girls' night at least once or twice a week and just stay the hell away.
I feel like we don't have a routine. Our life is chaos. There's no routine. I don't think.
No. I signed up for the chaos. So.
So have y'all talked about kids or marriage or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, I talk all the time. You can talk.
I've definitely like had to pivot on what and that's going to come with my age as well. I'm 38 now, so
Yeah.
I've came to the realization before her and especially during her that kids might not be in the cards for me. When from the time I was like 23 to 35, that's all I could think about, and that's kind of since then.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it could go either way at this point. So I mean, I'm not going to ruin a great relationship in my mind, something that I've been looking for for that. If it happens, it happens, great, but it's not going to be like the detriment of a relationship and the person that I could potentially see myself with forever because of it. I mean, granted, it's a huge thing, but I not at the expense of somebody that I enjoy my time with and being with at this moment. So I don't know. She's way more decided on that than me. No, she doesn't.
Oh, she doesn't?
Which I was your sister didn't know that.
I love kids.
Okay.
And that's why I see her with her nieces, and I'm like, and the dogs.
No, I love kids. It's one of those things, like, I can't describe it. It's just, I'm afraid of resenting motherhood over career and, like, my lifestyle. And I know it sounds selfish, but
You are.
You don't want your existence to be like the kids. You don't
it's
want
not
to be
just that. I'm just like, I don't know how I would balance it. Like,
You find a way.
I don't know.
You would find a way.
I mean, I would if that was.
I mean, we had
given
our
to
first
me.
kid at 27, dude. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Like-
So I don't want it to be done by 30, so I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to be 30 that year Bronson was born.
I remember at like 25. I was like, at 25, if I don't have a kid at 25, I'm adopting. Then if I don't have a kid at 30, I'm adopting. Now I'm like, thank God they didn't give me a kid.
I kept asking.
Oh my God! They would have to
kid
make a
would be-
sequel. It would be the first Map sequel.
That kid would.
Well,
need a
usually
lot of
people that don't
therapy.
want kids are like parents that have like just one sibling, or they just want one, or they don't want any, So
Or
it's
their only
funny
child,
that- Yeah, it's funny that you have siblings,
I know. I think it's weird too. Every one of my girlfriends has always been like, I want to be a mom, like from when they're little to now, and then they have kids. And I always felt this like, why am I not like that? I don't know. I love kids. It's not like I'm like, ew, keep it away from me. I'm very involved with my nieces. I help out with any of the kids when my cousins have their kids around or whatever. I don't know. I think it's just I've never envisioned what my life would look like that. I have no idea how to even start that. So it's just never been a priority. I'm not one that would be like, I'm going to freeze my eggs just in case. I'm like, if I'm not there, I'm not there, and I probably won't be.
And I think that's the difference in like our social lives right now is you have more single friends than me that go out and do all this stuff. And like my core group of friends in the last 2-3 years, they've gotten married, they've started having kids, and it's just my whole friend group dynamic has changed, and I've had to adapt to that. While you still have friends that have the families and the kids and balance all that. But
no, most of my close knit group is married with children or on their second marriage with children.
But you also have a group that'll go out on a Tuesday and.
No, I have like 2 friends from like I can't sleep. Ryan's snoozing. Do you want to get a glass of wine?
Cheers.
Oh my gosh, marriage just come out because we've both halfway gone there. You went all the way. I went halfway there.
Yeah, I mean, you were on the brink.
I was at the altar. Oh my god.
We could have both been divorcees.
Mine could have been annulled. Yours couldn't have been.
Yeah, because with Love and Blind, because Love is Blind, you get married at the end.
Yeah.
You have the option
Yeah,
to.
but what do you mean? Mine could have been annulled if it's within a certain amount of time. He said his could be annulled, but mine couldn't.
Oh, challenge.
But what does that mean? What are you talking about?
There was no. We can go on.
No, what do you mean? Yours wasn't
Mine was never consummated.
But you can have you can get married, have sex, and annul a marriage.
I was just
making sure because I'm like, that's.
in the eyes of God, I was never married.
There you go.
I love that for you. We need one of those turning numbers for how many times Ryan said that. It was never consummated. 2002. It was never consummated. 2003. I mean, it's like every week. Yeah, 4 so far today.
Thanks, Magnus.
Oh God, that's amazing.
Hey, you got to make sure you put that out there, dude.
It was never consummated. Yeah, I don't know. We had chats a few weeks ago about moving in together.
Yeah, because that's a big. I mean, y'all been together for what you said, a year.
So
Yeah.
whose house would you go to?
She doesn't like my house. And I've only been in it for a year and a half, so that's a problem.
Why is
But
that a problem?
It's not a problem. I told you.
Because yours is probably more like a manly look, and hers is probably like settled in, cozy. because women are different than men.
It's a little bit of that and just like the logistics of the house. His garage backs up to a railroad track, like a fence.
Okay.
So the first time I stayed there, imagine like you're in a garage, left car, right car. You need to back out. If you're this car, you have to go this way if you're the last on the block. There's a railroad track. So it's just like Austin Powers. I literally backed into the fence.
I have a great video of this.
I backed into the fence. This is the first time I was staying there. So I still was like, nice. And I like leave, and I'm like, hey, just so you know, I hate your fence.
So naturally, I go straight to the camera, and she like looks at the camera and like waves at it.
Because I got out, because I'm like, I just fucked up my car. It wasn't like a break.
No,
it was
she
like
rocked the whole fence.
Like motor memory. When you get out of your garage, to turn this when you go out. And so I'm like angling, and then I just crack. And I'm like, what was that? And I hit the whole fence. That's why I hate his house. I can't get out of it.
That's why I knew it would withstand that 100-mile-an-hour wind last year.
You're good.
It withstanding a Mercedes backing into it.
Yeah.
That
Hurricane
wind,
Stacy didn't take it out.
No. Yeah, no. There's just things about it where I'm like, this is annoying. And I'm not saying his house or my house. I'm the type, either sell both or do something with both.
Right.
We should both.
Right.
I want it to be mutual as far as what we're doing. If we're moving in together, it should be something we both like.
I agreed with you.
Location.
It would make more sense to...
But you were like, I saw you would move in here. And I'm like...
I did think you would move in there.
I tell you how much I hate your house all the time. I don't know why you would think that. Why did you think that? I hate your house.
But you would do it for love. I don't know.
I sure wouldn't. I sure wouldn't.
I mean, it's a nice house that was built in like 2019.
No, it's a nice house. I'm not saying it's a nice house.
No, it's
not a nice house.
She said the logistics.
Yeah, she wants to be in the city. I mean, it's still in the city. It's the Heights, but she wants to be Montrose.
I don't want to take 20 minutes to get out of the garage.
I'll park in the damn street.
I want you to obliterate the railroad track.
It's inactive railroad track. It's a cool, like...
Then why is there a fence?
Property line? I didn't build it.
He put those tracks in.
Union Pacific, you assholes.
Oh my God.
So we're not living in my house.
Well, that's established.
It's established. No.
I hate your house now, too. Principal.
I wish that storm would have just got rid of it.
I just think whenever you're moving in with someone, you need to both like it. I don't want to resent someone. That's a huge thing. And that happened on the show, like with Love is Blind, where there were things where I'm like, I don't know enough about this. I mean, I could just dive in and hope it all works out. But if it doesn't, I will resent you. And I don't want that. And that's your house.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it.
I don't think my house is amazing. I'm like, I don't expect you to move into my house, but I know if I move in there, I'm going to be miserable, and I'm going to take it out on you because you asked me to move in there.
Right.
I mean, we knew it was going to be whichever house, your house. It's going to be a short term.
I think it's going to be a different house. I want to rent my house out.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, short term. We you're not going to move into mine if it works out like I hope.
You guys
it does.
asked a loaded question. This was a 2 week ago thing, so it's like, have y'all talked about it? And I'm like,
we talked about it, and then we talked about it again.
Well, this is normal stuff. I mean, like I said, hey, we're...
oh gosh, not for me. I've never lived with someone outside of that.
No, I'm talking about asking the questions.
If you didn't have the roommate, it would be a different thing. And I know she's...
Oh, you have it. So you have a roommate?
Kenna's great.
Yeah, I've had a roommate. They don't show that on the show. I had a different roommate then, and I have a roommate now.
That's why she had all the couches in her house.
She moved in.
So
when I was filming.
how is that having a relationship? Does she have a relationship too?
Wait, my roommate?
Yeah, your roommate. I mean, y'all are both grown ass women.
Grown-ass women.
She dates a cowboy.
So he and I have our own homes. And the last roommate I had was one of my good friends. She was supposed to be moving out of town to live with her boyfriend. They had a bad breakup. So she's like, hey, can I live with you? And I was like, of course. And she paid me rent and all that. And then it turned into she's a traveling nurse now. So when she moved out,
she was not really there.
Yeah, she wasn't really there when she was living there. But then she left. So I'm living on my own. And then she had a friend where it was a similar situation. Mm-hmm. And I had met the girl, my roommate now. I'd met her before. So she was like, hey, she's moving from LA to here. Can she live there? So I was like, sure. It's not like I'm actively seeking a roommate, but I just think it's funny for, I guess, on the show how I'm pictured, where it's like your dad must have bought your house and you have these 2 Mercedes in your garage. I'm like, that's because one of them's my roommate's. Like, I'm literally splitting my mortgage with my roommate, but you don't get to see a lot of that. But yeah.
So you have girls' nights a lot then.
Oh yeah, he hates it. Oh yeah,
especially the Sundays. Those are the ones that always seem to.
Oh my gosh, I love my girls.
Yeah.
I'm a girls' girl. I mean, I have sisters, so I love having them over. I like having like mixed groups where sometimes it's the couples where it's game night and sometimes it's just girls wind down. But I'm the only one of my friends that has a house.
Oh wow!
So if someone's hosting, they're like, Stacy, let's do it at your house because I have more room. Mm-hmm. It's so much fun.
So that's when they have girl nights. It's one of her friends that is always at girls' night. I just go hang out with her boyfriend.
Yeah, he's
default.
made so many guy friends from my girls' nights. Like, hey, your girlfriend's here. Oh God, should we go somewhere?
That's funny.
He loves it.
So make do with the best.
You should have
best
boys'
that I
night.
can.
Do you have boys' night?
We had a boys' night yesterday.
Yeah.
My boys' nights usually would really be whenever me and Magnus and Vaughn are filming. Because
I mean, in the neighborhood, y'all used to play poker and cards.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been in sales for a long time. I was never that after hour guy.
Yeah.
Like, but always had a family. Like I never did the after hour. I'm gonna do happy hour with customers. I never did that. Like, I just wasn't my style.
Yeah.
I'm not a big drinker. I like to party. If we're gonna get rowdy,
You're going all the way.
If I'm gonna have just a drink,
You don't care.
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
And so I just never was. Never did like. I mean, I play golf, so I mean that's really my boys' time. But that's
I feel like
that's
this is you talking to me right now.
Well, I mean, and he plays a lot of golf, so don't get me wrong. Like
during the weekdays,
don't matter
during work hours.
No, he loves to golf.
Well, we were talking about playing for a while. We gotta get that figured out. But yeah. I mean that's really more
your speed.
My time is golfing.
Yeah.
Like before her, every one of my trips was like a guy's golf trip. We go somewhere like once a month.
Now I do want to do that soon. We talked about that with some buddies that we play like golf to do a guys like a go stay and play, do something like that. That'd be fun. That'd be more my style.
Yeah.
Of a guy's thing.
And mine's just like every night drinking a bottle of wine with my friends.
You're still young though, no kids. But
I'm not young.
I still have a good bit of girls' night.
Yeah, she has girl nights.
Yeah, well, girl nights or we'll go day drink or summertime's coming, so a lot of times we'll work out and then we'll go sit mimosas somewhere outside, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I like my girl time too, so.
And your girl bunch, who's the wild one?
Her.
You are?
What?
You're the wild one.
I mean, I'm not the. I mean,
she has no willpower, and she likes to like
bring the fireball.
She likes to do this stuff, and I'm like,
I like to have a good time.
But she acts like she's like the innocent one. I'm like, I know you. I see your text. Like, you're the one saying, like, let's go out of this. Let's go do this after. And then she's like, well, she just wanted to go do this. I'm like, bullshit. No, because you are coercing them.
So, you know, like whenever kids go back to school and moms have their fun, it's like we're going out all day and all night. Like, you're picking up the kids.
That's wild. That's like when you try to do brunch and then go out for dinner.
We've done that plenty of times.
Them girls do that?
Oh, hell
Bunch of housewives.
I try, but I need like a double shot of espresso between to survive.
I'm sure I'm feeling it the next day, but...
Magnus, you got some questions for us?
Yeah, I texted them to you.
Oh, we have the trivia questions. Are you supposed to ask it?
I'll let Magnus ask them.
Oh, yeah, you ask. Oh, okay.
All right.
I hope they're good.
I'll let y'all answer.
I'm terrible at trivia.
Who wants to answer that? I mean, I know.
I think, don't we all have to answer?
I know some of these answers already.
Okay, then.
Why don't I ask a question?
No, because you have good answers.
Okay.
You have good answers.
The best answer. That's what I'm hoping for right now.
Okay. Okay, the first one is, let's do this one. What temperature does water boil?
Well, I mean, if we get fevers at 98 point.
I know this answer.
I'm kidding. I mean, do you know?
I was like going through a logic of like, okay, that's a starting point. I did when I was like 12. what temperature does water boil?
It probably boils at
You had that number in there.
I'm going to say 180 degrees.
180 degrees. That's way high.
I'm going to say like 231 or something.
It's 212, right?
Okay, it wasn't that bad.
What'd
It
you
wasn't
say?
that good. What'd you say?
212?
231, but I like a
It was 210.
aggressive boil.
I like. I don't.
You did not know that.
Yes, I did too.
I boil my water hot.
Probably.
There's no answers on here.
Oh, okay.
It was 210.
212.
212 for your
They got that rap songs
for,
about stuff. Hey, when
for
the
your
hot
water to boil.
What,
Yeah.
what are they
Wow.
boiling, do you think?
I know. I'm like,
Cookie
what
crackers.
rap song?
Whenever you whenever you make mac and cheese, and you boil the water. The temperature's 212.
It's got to reach 212 to start boiling.
Oh, I'm gonna check that out.
They're making mac and cheese in those rap songs.
She's gonna have like the chicken like little thermometer in there, like.
It's 212. It boils.
I know this one too. Okay, what alcoholic beverage is made from juniper berries?
Gin.
Yep.
Yeah, I was totally going to say that.
I was like, I don't even know what that
were you gonna
is.
say?
I was gonna say gin and tonic.
You were not going to say that. Gin and tonic's not an alcohol. That's a drink.
Oh,
But I mean, she was half correct.
She was not going to say gin.
She was half correct.
I was gonna say gin and tonic.
Thank you for answering that correctly.
Okay, next one you have to go first.
No, it's okay.
What is the smallest planet in our solar system? Don't look at Magnus, you cheating bitch.
This is going to be a debatable answer.
Is it that my very eager mother just served us 9 pizzas? Is it the P?
I would go with that.
Is it the P?
If I was guessing, I would go with that. What's the P?
Pluto's not a planet anymore.
Pluto's not a planet anymore.
Okay, what's before pizza? My
not
mother.
that
What is
one
it?
either.
My mother. What?
Just served us
Let me
9.
think.
Neptune.
I'm
Neptune's
thinking
huge.
Uranus.
Oh, Uranus.
I was gonna say Pluto, but Pluto's not a planet.
No, they deemed that not a planet anymore.
Is it a moon?
I don't know what it's called.
I think it's going to be Venus.
What is it, Magnus?
Mars?
Mercury.
Mercury?
I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
The one that's closest to the sun.
Closest to the sun. So how did Pluto disappear?
It's just a rock.
It went on Love Is Blind. It's gone forever. Never to be seen again.
Okay, the last one he has. How many teeth does an adult human have?
I'm over here counting my teeth and my tongue.
I would guess like I don't know. I want to say 32.
You have 32 teeth in your mouth?
I would think.
It's a lot of teeth.
That's a lot of teeth.
Is it? I don't know.
That is correct.
Damn, Stacy's smart.
Dang!
32
Is
she
that
had.
wisdom teeth or no wisdom teeth?
That includes wisdom teeth.
Oh, they includes wisdom teeth. I don't have my wisdom teeth or 4 less teeth, so I don't have 32.
Well, I don't have wisdom teeth, and they had to take out one of my teeth because I had like little baby teeth that were all perfect. So when I lost a tooth, all of my teeth like grew in where that space was. So the one back here grew in the roof of my mouth.
So you have 27 of 34.
We
32.
I
have-
was 24, so now I have 23.
We have a friend that still has a baby tooth.
Or I guess if
No.
I took out the wisdom teeth, it would be 19.
No.
No? I
You
said
have
32.
32.
You have 32.
and
I'm
you,
like,
had-
geez, you got Alabama now.
You too much.
You got an Alabama mouth now.
you don't have your wisdom
Alabama
teeth.
brain.
32.
You're throwing in all
I
these
said
variables.
27. I said 27.
29.
All
29.
right, I had 32, took away 4, got this one. All right, I got 8 teeth left.
Well, I started at 32, but then he said 27. I'm doing the math on that. Like, why am I starting at 27?
Because you got your 4.
5.
Yeah, you got -4 your wisdom teeth, and then how many other more did you lose?
Have y'all ever had dreams about losing teeth or just having no
Yes,
teeth?
and somebody dies.
And like, so, like, or you're walking around, your teeth they fall out.
I don't like to talk about that because.
But have you had that?
Yeah, when-
I have them all the time.
Yeah, but do you find out that people die? That's what they say. Like whenever you dream and have stuff about your teeth falling out or something like that, like eventually you hear about somebody. Like it could be not. It doesn't have to be
No,
somebody you
it-
know, but it could be like a celebrity. It just can be.
Y'all
Well-
reading different
No.
things.
Yeah,
I said that. I can't remember
No,
who
there's
I
a thing
was.
about that. What is that?
What?
About reading about dreams.
it's the
They
teeth.
That
said-
was the top thing when I typed it into Google was teeth falling out was the very.
They say, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it was my
Well, that's
therapist or
what
who said it. They said that it's like financial stress or financial trouble if you're thinking about money, like if you're buying a home or worried about making a payment or
changes. Yeah.
something with finances. You have dreams.
If you have a dream of having a baby, that's somebody dies.
No, mine
Is that what it is?
Mine's always
Something like that.
mine's always a teeth thing, and it freaks me out because I end up waking up freaked out because I know something's
But
Oh
going.
that's
yeah, I wake up and
that's
I'm
not
like
the
this.
thing.
I'm like,
What?
I'm like wiggling my teeth because in the dreams, did y'all watch that new, well, not new, but it was the last like Julia Roberts thing that came out on Netflix. It was like Where the World Ends or something. What was it called? We watched it. It was weird. Who else was in it? It was a bunch of big
like Julia
actors.
Roberts.
But it was trying to talk about like how technology is like a thing and like when everything goes like in what we just had with the storm, no one has Wi-Fi, no one has anything. What are we gonna do? So then all like the younger kids are like, oh, I don't have TikTok, I don't have this, like no one has anything. So they're having to live like normal people would. And then weird things start happening. Like this kid's teeth start doing that. Where his gums start bleeding, his teeth. Remember that?
Yeah.
His teeth start falling out. What's the movie called?
I don't have my phone. Right? I would have already.
Leave the World Behind. Did you watch it?
No, I was just looking it up.
Oh my God, you're literally like an encyclopedia.
Yeah,
Dude.
anything you ask, he'll pull it up.
Joe Rogan is my
Yeah.
So y'all need to watch that
Young Jamie.
in the Holly Madison documentary.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
so
that.
Dale, didn't you start it?
I think I finished it last
What was
night.
No, Ashley
Oh,
Madison.
Ashley Madison.
I keep doing that. Holly Madison's the playwright.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I haven't seen her documentary.
I've heard good things about it. I need to watch it.
It's fascinating.
I remember they had a dude in my hometown that his name was on the Ashley Madison thing.
Yeah.
There are a lot of big people. There was one guy on a
37
TLC
million.
show. The guy that was on 19 Kids and Counting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know that family.
The John and Kate?
No.
No.
19 Kids and Counting.
Oh, was it? Okay, different one.
Where they like don't go to school. They're very religious, so it's very they just keep having kids.
Yeah.
And, like they don't touch, hold hands, nothing until they're married. So they all get married really young. And one of the boys on that was on it. Where they're this very beyond whole-some family. Like
Was
all
that the roll-offs? Was that family?
No, what?
The Duggars?
The Duggars.
That's right. Yeah, that's
Duggars.
the family. The roll-offs is one of the other.
Oh,
That's one of the daughters.
one of those
last
kids was on
married.
it.
Okay.
Oh wow.
That was the only one I
I didn't.
remember.
I just started the other night, and I was like 30 minutes into it, and something happened. I was like, I'll just wait for Crystal to watch with me. I didn't start it yet. I didn't.
We didn't
It's-
finish it, did we?
well, I did.
It's only
You
3
went to
episodes.
bed because it was like 9
But I read they said it
o'clock.
should have been like 10 episodes. They should have really dove deeper
What was
into
it? Was it 3?
Yeah.
Oh, that's short.
But I mean, I heard about it, but I didn't know to any extent how big of a business that was, like what had happened.
Dude,
I mean, the amount of money that was invested.
and it
Who
was,
actually
it was
did
around a lot longer than you thought, and it's still around. They said they had a big spike in users since this shows came out.
Oh, it's out again?
Yeah. I could have
Wow.
swore I read that on a thing.
I don't know, but I mean, watching that, it's hard for me to get into like shows or movies and that. I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was interesting.
That is a wild one.
You would like it. I feel like you have a short attention span, and it's like
Yeah.
so many
watch
stories
it.
going on. You gotta have something that's like, I'm gonna go to bed. This is not interesting.
Oh yeah, I love watching a movie at home because I fall asleep. Unless it's a good one, then I'll stay.
So you
up.
can ask your question.
What question?
Fucking God, dude.
Oh, okay.
Every
Well,
goddamn
y'all. Okay, yeah, y'all
episode.
not married, but like, being that y'all in a relationship, what is y'all's best relationship advice?
Advice?
Yeah, to give to other people out there that are in a relationship, you know. Because a lot of times we ask people that are married, like, what's your best marriage advice? But being that y'all are in a relationship, you know.
Yeah.
Mine would be. I'll go. Can I go first?
Always. He always.
Does he always go first? I thought he doesn't like to talk.
Well, I was talk about that, but that too.
Oh, yours is going to probably be communication.
It is. How did you know? Because he's a man.
Mine would be to not, like, when she does need her girl time, just don't overthink. Like, she's not doing this to get away from you. She's doing this because these are her friends, and this is what she likes to do. She can like to do more than one thing. She can like spending time with you and spending time with them separately. It doesn't have to. You don't have to be involved with everything.
That's very
You can-
good.
I know that we've had this conversation last week. You can have your own life and still have us. Like, there's separation that can be had, and it doesn't have to be just swamping you with having to see me all the time.
That's cute. That's sweet.
She's like on a different note. That's very good.
Yeah. No, that is good. I've been in so many different types of relationships where the breakups are all for different reasons, and all of them make a mark, and then you like learn from it, where you start to recognize red flags because you're like, this reminds me of that person I was with, so I don't want that. So you start to question, like, is there anyone out there for me? Because I have all these red flags because this person was this and this person was that. Like, am I being too picky, or am I getting in my own way? And this was fascinating. I'm actively in therapy, and I've talked to her about all of my relationships. And this is probably months and months and months ago, where I was like, I just don't know if this is the right fit, because I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't seem like exciting, or like the chase isn't there, like that thing. And she was like, have you been in a narcissistic relationship? And some people don't know what that is. And I was like, yeah, I have. I had a really bad breakup where I didn't know what that meant, but there's like love bombing where it's really intense at first, and they use that kind of as leverage later on towards like, I gave you all this stuff up front, so when I'm an asshole to you, like, they have leverage on you. So she was like, have you been in a narcissistic relationship? I'm like, yeah, why? And she was like, well, people that have been in a narcissistic relationship before have a really hard time finding a healthy relationship, because you're used to something that's exciting, or something, even if you don't recognize it as toxic, it should feel something. It should feel like
stimulating.
Stimulating. It should be like exciting, or even if it's a fight, after the fight, it's a high, because you get back to a place and it's even better because you went from something bad. So now it seems even better because you went from a low to a high, which is exactly how you describe like a drug addiction and trying to like withdrawals and all that. So she was like, people like you have a really hard time being happy and content with someone that's normal or healthy.
Because you used to spikes.
Because you identify love and healthy relationships as that, and like a feeling, and like these things. And you just have to get used to something that's healthy where it's consistent. And I'm like, that's probably all true.
Like, how much am I paying you?
It's the simplest things that people say, but unless someone's saying it to you and directly to you.
Well, there's a lot of stuff like, that trauma happens to you that you don't even realize that it's shaped you or changed you.
Yeah.
That you're like, well, it was just a bad relationship, but there was more to it that did something to you inside, you know?
Yeah.
That affects everything else past that.
Yeah, and even when you've healed, you're like, I know these are my triggers. I know this is what I've gone through. This is like my red flag. If someone talks to me in this way, I know that means this. Right. But when it's the opposite, when you can't find something wrong, but you're like, I can't find something right, it's like, it's probably all right. It's just there's not enough wrong for you to identify it as a relationship, because you're used to a relationship feeling like this.
It should. This is too easy. Like something's wrong.
Right. Yeah. So if I'm going to give advice, sometimes if it feels like maybe there's something missing, or maybe it's too easy, like maybe it's just right, and you're only used to all the things that are wrong, to identify what's healthy or like normal. Yeah.
No, that's good. Good. I'm sure there's a lot of people have been in some shitty relationships. And it affects your other relationships
for sure. Yeah,
or it guards you, or there's a lot of different things that can happen from that.
Yeah.
Well, fun.
No, I'm sweating. I'm like, is my therapist gonna watch this?
All right, Magnus.
She taught you something.
Ask us one last trivia question.
Those are the best four that I could find. Dude.
Pick one.
I have one. I think you know the answer. Maybe you doubt. What are 4 NBA teams that don't end with the letter S?
Oh, we just went through this.
Oh, somebody, y'all.
Miami Heat.
Yeah, Brian talked.
Hold on, I just went through this with some guys.
Brian asked you. Remember, we were at a table.
Yep.
NBA teams that do not end. Okay, you can help him.
I'm running through all of them.
I don't know NBA teams, guys.
Orlando Magic. Yeah, the Florida teams. That's right. The Heat and the Magic were 2 of them.
Okay.
Jazz. Let me think.
It's like whispering.
There's no Texas teams. There's no California teams.
I just went through, like, literally,
You know, Magnus?
I knew the Magic. That's the only one I could.
He said Magic, Heat,
Jazz.
It's not New York. Thunder.
Yep. Oklahoma City Thunder.
Boom! Woo!
That one you gotta like run through the. I mean, I knew the easy ones, but yeah, I would not.
Just knocking
I didn't
states
even
out.
think about Thunder.
That's kind of a new team.
Nobody cared about Oklahoma. What Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that many
Where did
teams
that
have an S
question
on the
come
end.
from?
I can't remember who asked me that, but it drove me nuts because I was like, why is this so hard? I couldn't think of one.
So our kid's friend's dad, he's always like at their house. Kenzie like he'll ask them like geography questions, or he'll ask them like sports questions.
Like
And
we go out
so
to eat, and he's like, phones up, and like, oh damn, are you kidding me?
They makes he gives them all these quizzes. So like we were eating brunch with him after basketball one day, and so
That's
he
what
was
he
asking
asked.
questions, and we were going through it.
I
So
would have
that's-
got there, but it would have taken them.
It was just I was trying to.
I never would have got there.
Well, it's just, I mean, there's, if it's how many NBA teams are there?
30?
So 4 out of like 30, 35, that would be hard.
Yeah. Because every one of them's got an S on it.
And when someone asks you a question, like right on the dot, you're like, I
especially
would
when
know
he's
the
got-
answer if
especially
you were
gotta have
asking me
4
right now.
answers. You're like, that makes it a little tougher. But are you looking for something, Magnus?
No, that was a really good one. We can end on that one.
You big
Dude,
baby.
I went through hundreds of questions. Those are the 4 that I thought were good.
Those were good ones.
Oh, no,
I didn't know the
the
teeth.
good ones are would you rather.
Oh yeah, those are weird.
Go to would you rather. I'm like, half the things that come out on that.
Me and Vaughn did a whole "Would You Rather" episode like early on in the podcast
Oh, I love
those get.
them. I love them. If you get deep enough, like a
So-
lot of them, you're like, I know the answer to this. This is what I would
You know
say.
the Barstool guys.
Yeah.
You ever listen to the Bus with the Boys?
I haven't listened to that now.
That's my favorite podcast. You ever check that one out? But they do like they're sponsored by Twisted Tea, and so each week they have a Twisted question of the week, and so it's always like crazy. Like one was like, "Hey, would you give a blowjob on national TV in front of everybody, or you have to lose one of your legs at the hip?"
I think these are good
And
questions.
so they're going. You know, Will's like, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna blow a dude on national TV." You know, he's like, the other guy's like, "Dude, no, I'm gonna lose this. Get me a prosthetic." He goes, "I'll win all the Special Olympics." And the producer says, "Dude, that's the Paralympics." He's like, "Oh shit," you know, he didn't realize what he was
He's
saying.
like, same thing.
Is that Taylor the Wands on
Yeah,
that?
that's Taylor Will. Dude, that's the best. I mean, it used to, when I first started listening about a year ago, it was okay. Man, the last 6-8 months, it's great. That's a good one every week. So, yeah, those are fun. But yeah, this has been a good time.
Yeah, it's been
I know.
Thank y'all for coming
good
and hanging out.
conversation.
For sure. Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Started good with the Mexican food and the wine, and now
dude. Hey,
I found out so much more about him.
yeah, there we go,
Hey, that's
we're gonna be
I'm like,
communicating
what?
the whole way home.
dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've been taking mental notes. What?
He goes, I didn't know about that till now.
But that's so him. Like, in his brain, he doesn't think certain things are, like, important to say or, like, a cool story. But you ask a question, he answers it. And I'm like, that's, like, a big thing that I don't know.
Should ask me more questions.
I
Yeah.
do.
No,
I
she-
do. I
she drills
purposely
me.
bought this game from Target. What is it called? Get Deep, or what is it called?
Yeah, it's the get deeper.
No, but is that what it's called? There's a game. It's like a card game where you just like flip cards and ask questions. So they have categories of like icebreaker, deep, and deeper. I'm not going to tell you how deep deeper is. You'll have to buy it. But
Let's get deep. Is that it?
let's
Yeah,
get
let's
deep.
We
Is it
take
like
these on,
is it like a couples?
No,
They
so
have a
there's,
couples
there's
one.
one
No, I'm
that's
just-
like after hours, but the other one is like anyone can answer it. It can be like life goals or like what's the craziest thing you did before the age of 18. It can be anything.
Now we take it on vacation with us, and we took it to Nashville. Well, I brought it to Nashville.
He did it to make me happy. He like pulled it out as a surprise. Like no one needs flowers. He pulls it out. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, you're gonna tell me this.
He went to Target. That's a jerk.
That is where I got it.
He's just like I guess there's all these stories there, but unless you like specifically ask, he's not gonna say it.
I mean, it's just us most guys. Just got to get used to that, Stacy.
No, I want to know everything.
I know, but most guys aren't just offer up. I mean, like I said, we've been together that long. We don't have super deep conversations about stuff.
No, we're not going to sit there and ask like deep conversations. Like,
I
I mean, we talk about stuff, but it's never like
it's never
unless it comes up and you talk about it. It's
Yeah.
not like
Well, this is great because the next time we come, we're going to bring this game so we can see your reaction when all this news is out in the forefront for the first time. Breaking news. Breaking news.
No, it's a very
I think that would be good for us.
informative game.
Oh my God.
I can't go by and start reading it in the cards.
No, she's going to cheat.
Yeah, she would.
She's going to be prepared for every single card.
She definitely would do that. She's so scared to be unprepared.
Well, they've got
Yes.
extra decks, so you never know what we would throw in there.
I buy all of them.
I mean, there's thousands of them. There's a lot of cards.
Oh, I can imagine they got the expansion packs and all that.
That'd be something good because like we like to play card games with our friends.
Have you all played Categories?
Yeah.
I love that game.
That was my first time to play it.
What was the one that we played? It's the couples one. Remember when we played at Whitney's and them's, and you got to act out and do certain things.
That was a Chardonnay Go. It's that
Chardonnay
wine
Go.
drink. It's a wine board game.
Chardonnay Goat?
Go.
Chardonnay Go. It might get a little weird.
It's a wine. It's a wine.
Not weird, but like if
So
all right,
you sit like let's say if it was just us four. Let's say if another couple, it'd be like me, Stacy, you, Crystal. Like you kind of you don't sit by your.
you don't sit.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then like there's a. It's called Chardonnay Go. Then like it's like a board game with like wine thing on it.
These are two of her favorite
But
things.
you shake a thing and then you get a card. You're like, okay, hey, you got to name 3 states that have an S, starts with an S, or whatever.
Yeah.
But you got to tell it to the person to your left with your forehead to their forehead, or you got to drink
or you got to make
Like
up
you say it out loud?
yeah.
Yeah.
You got to like your forehead to forehead with this person. Like, you
What's
say,
the point in that?
It's just
It's just-
it
or
puts you
it'll
in
be
random.
like,
It puts you in
pick-
random crazy shit, or
Yeah.
you got to drink or whatever. It's
or
just-
I'll say pick 2 people to act like Superman and go around the house and be a Superman.
It's fun with a
It's
group of
fun
people.
when you start drinking.
It's a
It's
board
fun.
game?
Yeah, it's Chardonnay Go. Look
Chardonnay
at
Go.
Danielle. Her sister Danielle had it. We played it a couple times. It's fun.
You sing, you make
think so.
noises. Yeah,
But like
Yes.
it's like they had one, and luckily like
had a
this
leapfrog.
one guy was sitting by his wife, and it was like sit in their lap and do something. He's like, I'm so glad my wife was sitting next to me because like it was like it could get weird.
Yeah. It could definitely get
But
weird.
it's fun with a good group that likes to have
No, for
fun.
sure.
You could have a good time with it.
yeah.
I love that. I love games.
That
we
one-
did that,
that
for
one was
like
fun.
holidays
That was
and
fun.
stuff.
That was fun with a big
Chardonnay
group,
Go.
especially when we didn't. There's like a few different friend groups within that big group, so not everybody is super tight. So then it makes
Yeah,
it
you
more
get
fun.
to know each
Helps you
other.
get-
Yeah,
And we can loosen up.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause you got to put yourself out there.
That's why
Yeah.
I got this game because Ryan is just like,
Yeah, Ryan. He shakes his head.
This game has been very helpful. can't wait to play this new one.
well, I'm just joking with you, kind of.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Well, like I said, thank y'all again for coming in.
thanks for
Thank you
coming.
having us.
It's been fun.
It was awesome.
Yeah, glad
I
to.
can play Chardonnay game.
Yeah, next time we'll have to do some board games.
Yes,
We'll get some couples over.
that's right.
Love it.
We'll host over here since we got a house. You know, you got a house. Good.
That has power.
But don't bring food, okay?
Makes it even better.
Yeah.
I'll bring the wine.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right. Well, that's it. We'll wrap this up.
All right.
This will air
good.
Thursday, actually.
Appreciate having us.
Cool.
Yep.
Food again. Great.
Yep. Thank y'all.